Hello, everybody, and welcome to the new show that I'm calling Off the Cuff. This is the first episode, and it's a non-scripted episode of a review. We're gonna review a game that I would not normally review, mainly because I don't have enough time to review it, but it's something that I think I should review. This one is kind of interesting because I wanted to incorporate this with a sale that's going on with the Humble Bundle sale, the 2K games Humble Bundle sale. You get a bunch of okay games for a good price, except for one. One is a really good game that you could get for $1, and that game is Spec Ops: The Line. And it's kind of a spoiler to tell you that it's actually a good game because, well, it kind of plays off your expectations. So if you don't want any more spoilers, you just want to take me for my word, go to Humble Bundle, pay $1. It's for charity. It's for a good charity, good cause. You can determine how much of your money goes where. You can give it all to the developers. You can give it all to Humble Bundle. You could give it all to the mostly to the charity. Choose what you do with your money. So the other games in there, they're fine for their prices. Actually, Battleborn, which recently came out for $60, actually is now there for $15 because, well, nobody's playing it. So that's a thing. So about Spec Ops: The Line, spoilers, is that it's a third-person cover-based shooter, and when you pick up the game, it looks like a generic third-person shooter, a modern military shooter that Call of Duty's done it a lot, but it is very subversive. It does things that you do not expect, and if you don't want to be spoiled, I said this before, but really, the less you know about this game, the better. It's one of those types of games that the more I talk about it, the less surprised you're going to be when you play it, and the less enjoyment you're going to get from it. But so the combat itself, the shooting and all that, very mediocre, almost to a point of it might be even making a point of mediocre shooters that are out there flooding the market. But the thing is that this game has a really interesting story. It's basically, if you want to boil it down, it's basically Apocalypse Now or The Heart of Darkness, the video game. And well, those are interesting stories. They have interesting things about to say about the reader, in this case the player. It plays off of your expectations, and it puts you in situations that, well, makes you question what you're doing, why you're doing the certain things. And it's very smartly designed too, because it even incorporates all of these deep themes into every part of the game, pretty much. So from the loading screens at the beginning of the game, they're very generic of, oh, here's the map, this is what the map looks like, oh, this is really terrible, to these like really weird paintings that, as the game progresses, as your character goes more crazy, it's just interesting. There's multiple choices you go throughout the game. Doesn't really change too much. You're still gonna get to the end. You're still gonna have that very specific end, but there are multiple endings to be had. But it's a game about like putting you in these situations like a Telltale game. I mean, a lot of people criticize Telltale for having these games that don't really branch out that much, give this illusion of freedom. But the thing is that that's not really, they're telling you that, but I feel like the point that they're trying to make is they're trying to give you these very specific situations, and they're trying to see how players react to these situations. And I think that's very interesting. This game really definitely does that. It plays off of, if you played a lot of Call of Duty, of Battlefield, all those modern military shooters, you feel right at home. This feel very generic shooter. I haven't even talked about the story. So you play as Nolan North. I forgot the character's name. Captain Walker or something like that, and you're tasked with making contact with this outer wall of Dubai. This is in the near future, and the Dubai has been hit really hard with sandstorms. The only people still there are the military, this one last unit of the military, and a bunch of bad guys. So there's civilians there too. So you're supposed to make contact do this one thing, but then it explodes into this manhunt. You're looking for Captain Walker's former commander, Joseph Conrad, which, if you've read The Heart of Darkness, that's a reference to the writer of The Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad. I thought that was really smart. it's just one of those games that you just have to play. If you have a weekend, it's an easy weekend pick up and play it over the weekend and have a good time relatively, because it's not fun. It's interesting, it's entertaining, but it's going to leave you with questions, and well, it's not going to make you a better person. You're not going to feel like that you're going to change your life after it, because it's specifically about war and the horribleness of the wars, and well, basically how stupid modern military shooters are these days, especially when it came out. Even like, I remember when this game was first advertised, they kept boasting about how good the sand physics was, and that was their selling point. And I was thinking to myself, well, this looks like just a normal generic modern military shooter. And well, when I first played this game, somebody just recommended it to me. I didn't know about all of this, and I was really surprised of how good it was. And I feel like those first people who played that game and were expecting a generic modern military shooter was very surprised and were very pleased to see that it wasn't very generic. So this is the best time to buy Spec Ops: The Line. It's $1. You can find $1 underneath your couch, so that's very simple and easy to get. Play Battleborn. It's not terrible. You pay $15. It's a MOBA. It's a first person MOBA. It's not terrible. You can get some enjoyment out of it, but it doesn't deserve as much hate as it's been getting, so that's that. But it definitely isn't any Overwatch. But anyways, hope you guys like this video, and buy Spec Ops: The Line. $1. That's all you need. Find it underneath your couch.